I, 32M, think my wife, 30F, is getting too friendly with her Uber driver. Am I crazy? Throwaway for obvious reasons, so I never thought I'd be that guy, writing one of these posts. But here I am. My wife and I have been married for 5 years. No kids. We both work full-time. I'm in IT. She works for a real estate agency, so she's constantly on the go, showing homes, meeting clients, etc. She doesn't drive, anxiety. Long story, so she's constantly using Uber or Bolt to get around. About 4 months ago, she started talking about this super nice Uber driver named Danilo, not his real name, obviously. At first, I didn't think anything of it. She mentioned him a few times. Oh, Danilo picked me up again today. He's so funny. Or, Danilo gave me a ride and brought me a coffee. Can you believe it? Harmless, right? But then it kept happening. A lot. She started requesting him specifically. Said it was safer and more comfortable with someone she knows. Okay, fair enough. But then she started dressing nicer just to go meet a client. He'd pick her up in front of the house, and I'd watch her checking her makeup in the hallway mirror before hopping into the same black Toyota. I asked her once, half jokingly, "You sure this Danilo guy isn't your boyfriend?" She laughed way too hard. "Oh my god, babe, don't be insecure. He's like 25 or something, totally not my type." Then she changed the subject like instantly. Since then, I've had this weird pit in my stomach. I know I sound paranoid, but there's something off. She's always texting now, even when we're watching a movie or eating dinner. I asked who it was the other night and she just said, "My friend Julia," and turned her screen away. Julia, by the way, is someone I haven't heard about in years. I don't have proof, and maybe I'm overthinking it, but I swear there's something happening. I'm not sleeping right. I feel like I'm on edge constantly. I even started checking our ring cam footage just to see how long their rides are, sometimes a lot longer than they should be. I feel like I'm losing my grip on reality here. I want to believe her, but part of me is preparing for the worst. Would you guys think this is suspicious? Or am I spiraling over nothing? Part 2. It got worse. I caught her in the Uber, and she lost it. Okay, buckle up, because things escalated fast. Last Friday, I had a gut punch moment. I pretended to leave the house for a late-night delivery job, an excuse I'd made to check on her rides. I came back around 10:30 p.m. and parked across the street, window down, phone ready. Would have thought she'd be home. Nope, a black Toyota rolled in, yup, same car they've mentioned, and she got in. This wasn't a quick drop-off. They drove around the neighborhood for nearly 30 minutes before pulling into a dim parking lot. My pulse was racing, but I couldn't look away. They both got out and moved to the backseat. I snapped photos through the tinted glass, their legs intertwined. It was unmistakable. I hit the horn, loud, abrupt. The driver yanked the door open, half naked, while my wife's lipstick smeared across her teeth like she'd been giggling just seconds ago. She shrieked like I'd caught her doing drugs in the driveway. "Mark? What the fuck are you doing here? You psycho, get away." She slammed the door, tried to shove me back, flipping between hysterical tears and rage. "You're ruining everything. How could you betray me by showing up here?" The driver just kept his head down. Didn't say a word. I took a couple steps closer, shaking with fury but also relief. Relief that I wasn't crazy. I said calmly, "Why don't you come clean, Emily? Maybe tell me who the friend Julia is." She stumbled backward, her cheeks wet, mascara bleeding down. She replied, "I don't owe you an explanation." She snarled, "You're a control freak. You don't own me." She spat the words like I'd been waiting for them. That was the moment I knew I could never go back. "We're done. I'm filing for divorce," I said. No falter, no tears, just jagged truth. She lost it, slammed her foot against the car, smashing the tail light, ran off toward the bushes just to scream. The Uber driver, still shaking, put the car in drive and peeled away, leaving me holding bruised pride and a cracked phone with the photos. I didn't chase her. I didn't follow. I locked eyes on her retreating figure and whispered, "I'll see you in court." Part 3. She showed up at my work crying. Then things got even weirder. So after the disaster that was Friday night, I stayed with my brother for a few days. I shut off my phone, logged out of socials, just needed space to think. I told him everything, showed him the photos. He didn't even say, "I told you so," just poured a drink and sat with me. Monday morning, she showed up. At my job, sobbing, full dramatics, mascara again, of course, she never learned waterproof was a thing. Security called up, and I came down to avoid a full-blown scene. She said, and I quote, "Please, Mark. That night didn't mean anything. It's just a phase." I was confused. "You've been so distant lately," and I felt neglected. I didn't even enjoy it. "I thought you were cheating first." The mental gymnastics of that sentence almost gave me a stroke. She kept looking around like someone was filming her. She had this speech rehearsed, almost like she'd done this before. I stayed calm and told her, "You chose this. You don't get to rewrite what I saw. You don't get to weaponize your loneliness to justify betrayal." Then she flipped, again. Instantly, She went from sobbing to rage mode in 2 seconds. "Oh, so now you're perfect? This is why I couldn't talk to you. You always act like a victim. You think you're so moral, but you're just boring and predictable." Security asked if I wanted her removed. I said no. I just walked away. She screamed after me, "You're throwing away 5 years." Funny, because she threw away 5 years in the backseat of a car for 30 minutes with a guy she swore was not her type. That night she emailed me a long message with the subject line, "Closure." It was 1,900 words of blaming me, her job, her therapist, her hormones, and even her mother. Not once did she say sorry. Just explanations. Guess who texted me after? Danilo. He actually apologized, said he didn't know she was married until recently, claimed she lied and told him we were separated, said she was manipulative and intense, and he's been avoiding her ever since. I believe him more than I believe her at this point. Part 4. She tried to take the house. Then came the secret account. I didn't think it could get worse than being screamed at outside my workplace, but I clearly underestimated her capacity for chaos. After my lawyer filed for divorce, on grounds of infidelity, obviously, Emily tried to stall the proceedings. Her reason? Emotional instability. No kidding. She said she needed time to reflect on our relationship and attend therapy. She wasn't going to therapy. She was just buying time to make a move. Turns out, she'd already met with a lawyer 2 weeks before I filed. She wanted the house, the one I bought 5 years ago with money my grandfather left me. She'd only contributed to half the utilities and made a big deal out of buying curtains once. Her lawyer sent a demand letter stating she maintained and improved the home and was emotionally attached. She wanted to keep it and get spousal support. She even had the audacity to write a handwritten letter to the court about how she supported me emotionally during my struggles and deserved comfort in her home as she healed from the betrayal of being watched and stalked. That last part? Yeah, she claimed I stalked her because I caught her cheating in public. But wait, it gets better. While preparing finances with my lawyer, we pulled some records. Guess what we found? A hidden bank account, opened 6 months ago, under her maiden name, thousands of dollars in transfers from our joint account, $200 here, $500 there. Labeled things like emergency vet bill or gift for Mark's birthday. I never got a birthday gift. She was funneling money out slowly and stashing it. My guess? She was planning this affair for a while and had a backup plan to bail if it got messy. But the kicker? One of the transfers matched a payment Danilo had mentioned in his apology. She sent me $300 one time for gas and repairs after a weekend trip. I never took a weekend trip. At this point, my lawyer was salivating. We had her cornered. Financial dishonesty? Check. Adultery? Check. False statements to the court? Check. Emotional blackmail in a handwritten note? Bonus. She tried to lie, manipulate, gaslight, and steal. But I wasn't falling for it anymore. I was preparing for the final blow. Part 5. He courtroom bombshell and the final message from Danilo. So the day finally came. Court. I walked in with my lawyer, calm, collected, folder in hand. Emily walked in with fake tears already going. Her hair tied in a way I hadn't seen in years, like she was trying to look innocent. It didn't work. The judge looked over the case notes, read through the financial reports. My lawyer presented everything clearly. Screenshots of her with Danilo, logs of ride histories and text messages, proof of the hidden bank account, evidence of her attempt to gaslight me in emails, her false claim that I stalked her. Then came her lawyer's turn. They pushed the emotional manipulation hard, claimed she was emotionally vulnerable, had undergone trauma, and was misled by a toxic male influence. I still don't know if they meant me or Danilo. Then, the judge asked if Emily wanted to say anything. And here it is, verbatim. I just wanted love. I wanted attention. I was lonely. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. But if Mark had been more spontaneous, more romantic, more exciting, I wouldn't have looked elsewhere. I felt like I was living with a roommate. No apology, just blame. That was her final attempt at character assassination, and the judge was not impressed. He ruled in my favor. I keep the house. No spousal support. She's responsible for half of the legal costs due to financial deception. She loses claim to all joint assets post-affair start date. Boom. Later that night, I got one last message. From Danilo. He said, she showed up at my apartment after court, screaming, accusing me of ruining her life. I didn't let her in. Just wanted you to know, I cut her off for good. She's not who I thought she was. I hope you find peace, man. And that was the last time I heard from either of them. I've since changed my locks, cleared out the last of her things, and started therapy. It's helping. I still feel angry, but mostly I feel free.